What's going on, guys? Welcome to Test This Tech. I want to do a quick video as far as for how to set up M8C on your Android device. Mainly when you're selecting the app for the first time, you know what to do when you're setting it up. So first and foremost, as far as physically what you do need the teensy, and then you need to have the software already on here. Go to the GitHub. Well, you can go to my video. I have a video as far as for how to set up the software on M8C. Okay, so you have to put the software in the teensy first. That's step one. So I do have a video on that on my channel. Check that out. This is a casing, by the way, a teensy casing enclosure from Etsy. I do recommend it. Just go to Etsy, type in teensy casing 4.1 to be specific, so it fits. But this is great just because it protects it and also it provides ventilation as well because it does get hot. I have these adhesive pads here, which I do recommend. And then I just got on the back of the device here. And then this particular cable, it is a mini USB to Type-C. But this specific cable, the cable creation, it allows it where you don't have to use a OTG or anything, which is really cool. Okay. So you go to M8C, because when you plug it in, it'll ask you if you want M8C to open up. You want to hit no for the first time. And then after that, you can have it go directly to it. I usually always go directly into the app because usually I'll want to change something. But anyway, click on M8C. You'll see this when this pulls up. And then you have to set this up, so you're going to get the best performance when it comes to start using it, when it comes to the configurations. So you have here, it says preferred audio device. Now, if you have headphones plugged in, you're going to get an option that says H2W. Okay. You want to select that if you are planning on using headphones when you're using the M8C, when you're using the M8 headless. If you're not, if you want to just work on it without headphones, then you can just select AirX. That means the audio is going to come out of the device. Okay, that's what that means. But it is good that we see that USB M8 because that means that the M8 is accepting the device. So that's good news. But you want to select AirX because the audio is going to come through the device. Preferred audio driver, I usually keep it on AA audio. And then choosing buffer size, I just keep it at 4,000. That's a pretty solid buffer size. You shouldn't have any issues with that. If you do get crackling from your audio, it might be something to do with the sample, the type of file that you're using. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Show on-screen buttons. I select no, just because we have buttons, so we don't need to have virtual buttons on the screen. Use horizontal button layout close to the real device. I keep that off. Lock to landscape orientation. Yeah, usually I do that. Just so it'll stay, this is landscape portrait. You guys know that. And then input for gamepad settings. This is like the most important thing, okay? So this is how you navigate. You want to select how you're going to navigate through M8 Headless. Now, I set this up the way that Rotor Adamus sets up his devices when it comes to it. So obviously up, down, left, right is going to be your D-pad, right? So up, you want to select D-pad up, etc. D-pad left. We already did that. D-pad down. D-pad right. Okay. Perfect. Now select is shift. Remember, when it comes to the M8 buttons on the actual M8 Dirty Wave M8, which I do recommend purchasing. Eventually I will buy one myself, but I just like using it on these Android devices, to be honest with you. Select is shift, right? So there's shift, play, option, and edit. Those are the buttons on the real M8. So we want to manipulate that or simulate that on this device. And I like having it where all the buttons are close, so I don't have to reach my, my thumb around or my fingers around to select different settings, because to me that kind of divvies down my creativity. I just want to be able to work on the tracker and get the stuff going, get the ideas out. So I like to have it where shift is Y for this configuration. Play is X. Option is A, and B is edit. Because edit is like you select whatever you're selecting, and then also you change up the settings that way too. So, and that way I can just do everything with the D-pad and these 4 buttons. I don't need to touch anything else. And to me, that's very convenient, and I can make a song fast. So for select, like I said, it's shift, which we're going to choose Y, because Y is right there. Start is basically play. Okay, because some people will be confused, like, oh, start. Like, no. Start means play on the actual M8. So play, I'm going to choose X. Okay, so I'm going to select X. Option is going to be A for us, or I'm going to select A for that button. Of course, you can choose whatever configuration you want. I'm just letting you know how I set mine up. Edit's going to be B. Okay, and then there's a quit option. Strangely, when I hit quit, it never quits. But we'll just select something for the heck of it, okay? Let's do left shoulder. I'm never going to press left shoulder, but we'll go ahead and do that anyway. And then right shoulder. Okay. And we're done. And then after that, we'll press start. We'll hit OK. Oh, because this allow M8C to access. We might have to close it up and start it back up again. So let's do that. Okay. Yes. So let's do this again here. I know how fluid, right? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, sometimes it gets janky, guys. Sometimes things might freeze up and you might just have to close it and start it up again. So for example, we're here, right? So now shift works, moving around, edit, works fine, right? Option, it's going to work, right? Pressing and holding, doing the movements, that works. And then play, but nothing, see the green icon there, it is playing, but I haven't added any sound, so that's why you're not hearing anything. So yeah, and then up, down, works fine. And I love working on it because the screen is just really nice. So yeah, that's how you do it. Easy peasy. I always just recommend to save. When you're working on anything, just be sure you go to save it. Throughout your cookups, just so if something freezes, you still have a saved file on your SD card, because you got an SD card here. Well, that's it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, Test is Tech. I'll catch you guys next video. Thanks a lot.